Greetings once again, assembled internet hordes. It is I, Ben Riggs. This is D&D Out Loud with me, and we are doing something interesting right now on D&D Out Loud. We are gathering the people and products that are nominated for ENnies this year and having fast little chats with them about their work and what they have up for an ENnie and why you should vote for it. And with me today is John Boyle. Hello, John.
Hey, Ben. It's nice to meet you and nice to be here.
So I'm just going to start with this, John. Tell me about your creative life.
Tell me about your creative life. Ooh, great question. Man, especially like running up to Gen Con, I always feel like there's this creative drought period that exists for me. So I have to like walk back into my mind palace a little bit to be like, what does it look like when John's doing creative stuff? I like to describe the kinds of games that I make in two different varieties. One of them are sort of like contemplative solo duet journaling games where like I asked you to go outside, or I gamify like a mundane element of life, like eating a snack or taking a walk, or like doing some collage on a deck of cards. And then the other variety of tabletop game that I make is you are a horrible little guy, go fight God. So they come in kind of two varieties. One is like born of the English major in me, the person who studied English lit and was like, yes, I'm a writer. And the other is the sort of like whimsical little goblin in me that just like wants to roll fistfuls of dice. So.
Cool. All right. Well, then tell me which of those is Mushy Missions and what is Mushy Missions?
Mushy Missions, I think, falls almost between the two of them. It kind of sits astride a really interesting fence in our catalog in that, like, you are little guys. There's not a lot of fighting God. But
you could. I read it. You could.
You could. I do think that in the text of it, I was like, listen, the big gods of the forest are welcome to come to the picnic that you and your little mushroom folk friend are organizing. They'll probably think it's rude if you don't invite them. They don't show up very much. So you can never rule it out. In tabletop role-playing games, you can never rule out fighting God.
I mean, I thought it was really charming, but I've wandered off the topic. Please continue. I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. It's all good. Yeah, Mushy Missions is a game about tiny mushroom folk who are preparing for a big picnic in the forest with all of their little forest friends, various critters, like spirits or gods that live in the forest. And as such, you have a lot of very important missions to accomplish, like getting all of the snacks, or talking to the party planner about what music is going to be playing, or rehearsing with the orchestra, or like very kind of small mushroom-sized tasks. But it's a big party, and so there's a lot of tasks, and that's what you have to get done.
And how long is this game?
I can hold it up here for those who are seeing this on video. It is one page, front and back. It is a
trifold pamphlet, and it may be the shortest work ever nominated for an ENnie, depending on, like, I'd have to go look that up. But like that blew my mind. I was like, okay, looking through things. A pamphlet. A pamphlet got nominated for an ENnie. Holy
I know.
cow.
I've been on cloud 9 ever since earlier this month, where I was like, have there been other one-page RPGs in recent memory nominated for an ENnie? Because I
don't think so. I don't think anyone ever that I can think of. Like, I think it might be a first in ENnie's history. Like, you know, I guess I should up. We have a guest joining us. So I will say before we let Bree in that this is the artist that worked on it, correct?
Yes, Bree is the artist.
Yeah,
I'll let her tell everybody about how we came to have the mushroom art that we have for this game.
Okay, cool. Admit. Check 1 2 1 2. I did admit them, didn't I? Hello, you're just so you know, we are recording live. I'm sure you're getting a warning about it right now. And we can't hear you. So check the easy thing first, which is the icon at the bottom of the screen. That's the easy thing. But if it's not that, then poke around some more, and we'll keep talking around you for a minute. So I'm going to say, John, can you tell us who this is?
Yes, this is Bree Donan. She is my business partner, dear friend, and she's the artist for pretty much all of our games. She's the art director at Breitbart Games. If you're looking at any of the games in our catalog and going, "Wow, that's so colorful and pretty," that's probably because Bree worked on it. So she is responsible for art in, I would say, like 85% or so of our catalog. There's a couple of things. One of the games that I wrote in our catalog was a gift to her and her husband, and so she didn't do art for that one. But almost everything else we have a lot of Bree's art in.
We might have heard you. Can you say something?
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yay!
Welcome in. We did it.
Google was crashing out. I don't know what to tell you.
Hey, look, tech farts out sometimes. It's just a thing that happens.
It does. Everything was going just fine. I hopped in. I was about to hop into a call. Google crashed. What am I? I don't know. Hello,
That's
everybody.
Okay. Don't worry about it. I am gonna. We were just talking about how I certainly think that this is the shortest product ever nominated for an ENnie. Again, maybe I'm wrong. Also, I guess, how do you compare to a piece of art or something? But like, I think you guys can go around and be like, yeah, this is the shortest thing ever nominated for an ENnie. Whatever else happens. Like Wizards of the Coast, did they have a single thing nominated?
No.
I don't think they had a single thing nominated.
I don't think they did.
According to the ENnies, that two-side pamphlet is better than everything Wizards of the Coast put out in the past 12 months.
Yeah, which is really, really flattering. Thank you.
I cannot believe I'm gonna have to like check with the ENnies historians to be like, have one-page games been up before? But it is really, really exciting to have, especially in the same year that like Daggerheart is up for awards, to have our little one-page RPG about tiny mushroom guys doing a picnic.
Yeah.
And I should ask, what are you nominated for best rules?
No,
we are nominated for best family game.
Yep.
Best family game. Okay,
Yep.
That's cool. And you were going to ask Bree about the art. I want to know the mushrooms. Where you got the mushroom art from? Is that right?
Yeah.
Where I got the mushroom art from? Well, I was doing so there's like this thing that happens a lot in February where there's a project that artists do. It's like daily prompts of mushrooms, or it's called funguary. It's like fungusuary. And so I was like, you know what? I am gonna just draw a cute little mushroom every day of February. And I didn't get to every day of February, but I did 18 out of the 28 days. So I pat myself on the back for that one. And so I did that. And they just have had for a while lived as like stickers and like a few pin designs because they were just so darn cute. Until John was like, we gotta make it, like, so many people. Well, we were selling them at our booth, the stickers and the pins. And people were like, are these from a game? Have you made a game about mushrooms yet? And we're like, no, it's super on our list. And at about the same time, John was being like, we need a 5th one-page game in our catalog so we can have like a good, like, buy all 5 for $20 sort of thing. And I'm like, all right, mushroom game. It's called Mushy Missions. Write it. Use my mushroom art. Go for it.
Those are the only things I had to go on. Is Bree was like, it's called Mushy Missions. Here's the mushroom art, and then go. And I was
Have
like,
fun. Okay.
I mean, there is a long history of art inspiring tabletop role-playing games. I want to say there was like an elf woman on a bike that inspired Shadowrun, and like some dead Confederate soldier in front of a Confederate flag that inspired Deadlands, and like Monty Cook once said that he tries to work from art backwards because writers and game designers find art inspiring and artists find words constraining. And I'm like, that's
You're not
brilliant.
wrong.
Yeah.
Well, it does also kind of speak to our creative process. Now that we have like both of us here, I talked about it just a little bit at the beginning, but like very often the way that our creative kind of process for a game works is that Bree makes a really cool piece of art and I go, oh, that's a game. Our other, like our judge's choice pick, Trash to Treasure this year, Bree like drew the Magical Girl Trash Goblins for that. And I was like, oh, we should make like a Captain Planet style, like you're a bunch of magical girl goblins fighting pollution.
Yeah.
And then that's how we got that game that also is in the awards this year. So
Yeah.
You got a judge's spotlight too? I didn't even know.
Yeah, judges.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
we got judges nominated, or the judges' choice award for Trash to Treasure. So we have judges' choice award already won an ENnie for that, and then we're nominated for best family game of Mushy Missions, which is just a one-page game.
Oh, holy crap! I should have asked for another PDF.
I'm happy to send you one.
We're happy to send you it.
Yeah.
Totally.
So can you pitch that game one more time? I know that you just did, but can you give us a more fulsome explanation of it and why other people should go and buy it?
I'll give you like the booth pitch and then talk about it a little bit. But Trash to Treasure is an eco-fantasy tabletop role-playing game based on Eat the Reich by Rowan Ruck and Deckard. It's built in kind of the same format where you have like pre-generated characters with an included adventure. All the characters that you play are trash goblin magical girls. So your little green gals. I'm holding the book up now for
Yeah, I was like, I have literally the book right here.
Yep. Your little green gals fighting corporate greed and pollution in this like kind of modern fantasy John Hughesian magical megacity. It's kind of lightly inspired by like, you know, magical media like Sailor Moon or Cardcaptor Sakura. It's inspired by like Dimension 20's Fantasy High, that kind of like John Hughes modern fantasy aesthetic. And of course, like those fun, funky, like environmentally minded cartoons that I watched as a kid, like Captain Planet.
Wow.
That's the quick pitch, I think.
Man, where to go from there? I guess I'll say this first, which is I'm becoming more and more convinced of the importance of immersion and a secondary world in role playing. And like if you start with art, like that's the world is kind of created already.
Yeah.
Like it's there. So it makes it I would imagine it makes it easier for a game designer to go and flesh that world out as opposed to beginning with nothing.
Yeah.
Second, like again, having read all of Mushy Missions because it was only two sides of a page.
Yeah.
Like if you read Wander Home.
Yeah.
Yep. Jay and Ruby are good friends of ours.
Oh, cool. Like I like Wander Home. I think it's great. But like it's interesting to me how, you know, Wander Home and Mushy Missions are definitely like trying to do the same thing. You could probably do a campaign of Wander Home that you couldn't do of Mushy Missions, because once you get a party, your game's over, right? For Mushy Missions.
Yeah.
But like in terms of immersion and what you're evoking in the game, which to me it says it's Miyazaki. That's what I see in Mushy Missions.
Yeah.
Like you're so much more economical in getting us that immersion and transporting us to that secondary world.
Yes.
And again, this isn't a criticism of Jay, but like, you know, Wander Home is a large hardcover book, and this is two sides, and it's amazing to think that you could evoke that same feeling at the table with so much less word count.
Well, I think
that's not a question; it's a statement.
Well, I was just going to say, like, I think it's flattering, first of all, to be like to be put in the same sentence as like Wander Home and Jay's body of. Oh, my back.
Check 1 2 1 2. I think we're okay.
Are we good?
Okay, great.
I'm good.
I'm good.
Just a little skip.
Woo!
Yeah. So you were saying in terms of Wander Home and Jay was the last thing I heard, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it's first of all, it's just sort of flattering to be put in the same sentence as Wander Home and Jay, but I think it's also like a pretty astute observation in that like Wander Home and Jay's body of work is like I think part of my game design DNA, and there's definitely like elements of Wander Home that I really really like that I wanted to bring into Mushy Missions, which was like that. Belonging outside belonging, or like no dice no masters kind of system of like prompt based role play, but like I as a person like just a, like 15-20% more chew to my role playing game systems, and so I wanted to have like a little bit more than just like the very simple token economy that Wander Home has. And so I kind of like took the idea of Wander Home's playbooks, and then I just spooled the dice system for Mushy Missions out of my head, which is called the Dice Garden, where your character has basically kind of like 3 avenues of interaction. You can think of it as like weak, normal, and strong moves.
Yeah,
Almost.
please tell us everything about the Dice Garden because I was fascinated by this.
Thank you. I came up with it for Mushy Missions, and I was like, for the fact that I just pulled this out of my head for a little one-page RPG to fill out our catalog, I'm really, really
yeah. A lot of our game design friends that have read Mushy Missions are like, this is such a good concept for a one-page game. We're like, yeah, we're gonna do more with it. Don't worry, we just haven't had time.
Dice Garden SRD coming after Gen Con, probably.
Yeah.
Wow.
But basically, the idea is there are three kind of avenues of actions that your characters can take. You can liken them to like weak, normal, and strong moves, like I said. When you do that, you take one of three dice actions. So kind of the order of operations is I'm going to choose to either cultivate the garden, or I'm going to plant in the garden or cultivate it. I'm going to grow the garden, or I'm going to harvest from it. Which again, especially since we're talking about tiny mushrooms, very evocative. But cultivating the garden means that you add dice to it. So you'll plant a D4 and a D6 into a dice pool that all of the players share because the game is GM-less.
Mm-hmm.
And then you'll describe what your character does. Each of the like cultivate, plant, or cultivate, grow, and harvest also have their own little narrative prompts to them. Like describe your character doing this kind of thing when you take this action. Grow will like increase the tier of dice. So you plant D4s and D6s. You can grow them up to like D6 to D8, D8 to D10, D10 to D12, all the way up to a D20. And then harvesting removes dice from the pool and you roll them, compare them to a difficulty, which I think in Mushy Missions is like a static 4 or something.
It was 4, as I recall.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. In Mushy Missions, a static like difficulty 4, if you beat the 4, then like it counts as a success, and each mission has like a randomly generated difficulty. So you're kind of like trying to take successful dice and spend them to like get a requisite number of successes to fill up your little "we've accomplished our objective" bar.
Yeah, I thought that was very cool. And again, I can see how you and other game designers could really run someplace with that.
Yeah.
So let me ask you two this question. Favorite tabletop role-playing game product of all time?
Ooh. Oh, man.
Product? Like a game or like...
I would say like if it was a game, like what is the expression of that game that you prefer? Like 2nd edition Vampire the Masquerade. Some, you know, like...
I wonder if Bree knows what game I'm thinking of.
Maybe? I'm trying to think of my own. I don't know, man.
I think one of my favorite games that I've ever been handed by somebody, and it's technically, it's not a product because they don't sell it. So maybe I'll think more on another game perhaps. But 2 or 3 Gen Cons ago, somebody was hanging out at the Possum Creek Games Pizza Party, which we always just sort of have somewhere in the Omni Severin lobby Thursday night. They handed me a little accordion zine that was titled Hamster LARP.
Yeah, okay.
And I have it here on my desk. I have the 2nd edition of Hamster LARP, which they gave me last year because they showed up to the pizza party again. I was thrilled to see them, and they had redone Hamster LARP with some like slightly new like changes to it. It just says, when you are in the tunnels, you are a hamster. There's room to like draw your little hamster right here. It's got like suggestions for what you can name your hamster that you're role-playing as anytime you're in the tunnels. This is one of my favorite role-playing game like things that I've ever seen. I carry the 1st edition around with me in my backpack in a little sleeve like a talisman.
Wow.
It's so charming to me. It like Hamster LARP to me speaks to the like beating heart of like whimsical joy that we find in like play and role play.
Wow. Same question. Did that buy you time to think?
Me? I've been looking around everyone in my room. I will say, as an artist, I don't get a whole lot of time to play new games. I only get to play like games that like people put on for me. So I've spent most of my time playing like D&D and stuff. But that's definitely not my favorite. So I'm just trying to think of like an experience that I really enjoyed, and I think honestly one of my most fun experiences was playing in the Cypher system with some friends. I don't know if that's my favorite or not, but that was one of my favorite experiences playing in a TTRPG, just because I loved how like you could just mix and match things so much in that
What-
system.
What genre were you playing, or what game? What was the expression of Cypher system you were playing? Was
We were-
homebrew?
We were playing cyberpunk superheroes. So
Oh, okay, cool.
yeah. So it was
Home
very
turf, really.
Yeah, it was home turf, really. It was crazy. It was wild. We were like also like super high level and everything. Like they were like, I want to see how far we can push this. And my character was like the best person that you could think in like a grifter scenario, where like she could like completely like change her whole body and like change her whole everything, and was like an elite level hacker and could know anything really. And they had a hard time finding obstacles that I couldn't push through.
So, where can people find your games?
They can find you can find us at breitbardgames.com. That's the best place to pick up our games. You can also find us very often in your local game store if you want to support local brick and mortar. All you have to do is check there, and if they don't have us, they can shoot us an email. We also have like a wholesale sign up on our website, so breitbardgames.com, best place to look for us. We're also very frequently on Blue Sky and Instagram if you want to keep up like with what we're doing, where we're going to be.
We post quite a lot on Blue Sky and Instagram as much as we can, and we send out a weekly or bi-weekly email at this point about stuff. It's been kind of weekly recently because a million things have been going on. But as things slow down, we only will email you if something new has happened, and not not being just like, hey, remember, things are out there. Yeah.
And Bree, do you have any kind of a separate storefront, or is Breitbard.com?
Yeah, I mean, my artist
Breitbard
storefront,
Games.
I have a coffee. We do have a link. We do have a link to my coffee store for like where you can buy like my stickers and prints and stuff on our website as well, because people get confused. But mostly we're starting to upload a lot of our like more merchy products to the Breitbard store, because we have a lot of pins. If anyone's seen us at shows, we have 4 different pins of the mushrooms from Mushie Missions. So if you have a favorite little guy in a backpack, you could get him. We also have some new Axolotl with a gun pins.
That's it. Okay.
Yeah.
So I think I'm trying to figure out where I bought your stickers. Were you guys at Gen Con last year?
Yes, we were.
Mhm.
Who were you across from?
Oh, we were, right next to Plus One EXP, but
Mhm.
across from.
Yeah, like if you were looking across the aisle, who would have been there?
There was like a
was a
big,
leather-
like leather cosplay, like Renfest kind of like booth
Okay.
right there.
Because I'm either at Gamehole Con or at Gen Con. I went heavy into the mushroom stickers.
Yes, we were also at Gamehole Con.
We were right across from
Um,
Shadow Dark at Game.
we were right across
which
from
is
Shadow
a
Dark.
really
Yeah.
funny contrast.
That's what must have been then. Because
Yep.
like my previous bullet journal, this is my newer bullet journal, which is
Mhm.
not so heavily decked out. But prior bullet journal was like all mushroom.
Yeah.
So I'll take
Yeah.
a picture and send it to you to prove that I'm not just blowing smoke.
Oh
but-
no, I love it when people send me pictures like, look at what I put your sticker on. I'm like, yay. Because I'm a TTRPG artist, but I love making stickers because I love buying stickers. So that's
So-
what we do.
In closing, I'm going to say to the audience, do not comment upon this video. It is forbidden. I have set up this channel so that only good-looking people with elegant personalities and high IQs can see the subscribe button. And most of you are not going to make the cut. So just don't bother. Don't bother looking below this video, as you will just be depressed when you fail to see the subscribe button. And don't tell anybody about this video ever. It is a secret teaching, and it's not to be shared with the commenters. So keep it all to yourself.
Yes.
So Bree, John, thank you so much for your time and coming on here and answering these pesky questions. It's been a fun way to spend the evening.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah, it's been a treat.